What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, you guys? I just got back in the house, and you have been warned yet again. The peoples is outside. Get out the car. All I hear is 1 2 1 2 testing, testing, 1 2 1 2. I said, girl, no, y'all didn't just come out here. Y'all gotta start coming out here when I'm done. Okay, what is happening? Anyway, girl, a lot apparently. Okay, um. So what where do we start? Well, first of all, I would like to say hi, how you doing? Second of all, I would like to say I'm doing fine. Okay, I'm doing better than I've been in a few days. I actually went to go visit my mom this past weekend. Well, it was Saturday night. We got there late Saturday night, probably like around 10 o'clock their time, 9 o'clock mine. Um, and then I stayed there Sunday, went home Monday afternoon. It was something that was needed. Like I already told you guys, my mom had surgery on her knee. Thank goodness she's getting all that together and she's healing up well. I just had to put eyes on my mom. You know, I was just going through a lot too. So, you know, sometimes that motherly love is needed. Had a talk, you know, a little heart to heart type of situation. It was cute. It was nice. Re-energized me, refocused me, and all of that shit. All of that stuff, okay? But yeah, so that's what's been going on with me. Come back to work, and of course it's a bunch of chaos. You know, you should already know that. That's neither here nor there. Okay. It's cute. How y'all been doing? I hope y'all doing well. I know everybody doing better than Diddy. Girl, let's just get into it. Okay, let's just get into it. A lot of y'all are really showing y'all buttholes, okay? Y'all are really showing y'all buttholes, and it is very sad when you actually think about it. This whole situation is not a laughing matter. People should be looking at this situation with Diddy and all these other people who have been getting brought up on these allegations, getting brought up on these charges, and all of this stuff, whether they stick or not. You have got to be looking at them and be like, I need to move differently, okay? If you are not in the industry, you want to be, you got to look at these people and be like, that's not what I want to do, because I don't want to end up like that. And if I do that, which you shouldn't, baby, I'm going to have to do it a little bit smarter, okay? And eventually what's done in the dark is going to come to light. So the other day, the jury had came back and they said that they had come to conclusion and found some verdicts on, I think, at least 4 out of the 5 charges that he was being charged with. And they were basically a little deadlocked on the last charge, one particular charge. And so therefore they went into deliberation for the next day, and the next day came and it was today. And so earlier today, basically, the main 3 charges, the RICO charges, the racketeering charges, the trafficking charging, let me show you. I'm going to get it correct. Diddy was found not guilty on those, okay? Let's be clear. He was found the racketeering conspiracy charge, and the sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and the sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. I guess this is for another one because these are 2 of the same one. One is for, I guess, Cassie, and the other one is for another, I think, Jane Doe or whatever. Either way, he was found not guilty on those. So, okay, what this tells me is, because honestly, I'm not going to sit here and act like I was paying attention to this case this whole time, because in my mind it was already made up. Either I already made up that the man is guilty, okay, and he's a deviant, and he is a predator, and he's a sexual predator, and he has issues that he really needs to get fixed. In my mind, he's already guilty, okay? But I also had to say in my mind, as I have been saying, that I would not be surprised if it comes back that he's not guilty, either on all charges or some charges, or if you get guilty on all charges. And so therefore, this verdict that came out today was not surprising, that he was not found guilty on the racketeering charge and the sex trafficking charges, but he was found guilty on 2 other charges, which was the transportation for purposes of prostitution. He got lucky on those RICO charges and the sex trafficking charges, because all three of them, both of them, they're basically two of them the same, but those two, their max is life in prison, okay? But when it comes to the prostitution charge, they're both going to be 10 years each. That's the max sentence. So I did see somewhere where his lawyers was trying to get it to at least get the prosecution to agree to like 51 to 63 months in jail, which is like, or prison, which is like, 5 years or something, 4 to 5 years. And they wanted a early release on bail, okay, until the actual sentencing. And I knew exactly, once I heard that the verdicts had came in, or that they were in process of doing the deliberation and all that stuff, I just knew not to brace myself for what the verdicts would be, but how you niggas would act on the goddamn social medias, and how all these other, it doesn't surprise me anymore the lengths people will go to uphold an abuser, especially a black male abuser, and then try to hide behind the fact of saying the same excuse, oh, they just trying to bring a black man down, when all of the evidence is right there. You literally saw this man beat the shit out of Cassie on camera, and you still have people that are going around saying, and these are people that are in the industry, these are actual pseudo celebs, semi celebs, actual celebs, and regular everyday stupid people that are saying she was no victim. If you do not know in 2025 what grooming is, what manipulation plays into part, how all of this stuff plays, and how you can become a victim in your own relationship, whether it looks like that person is enjoying it, 9 out of 10 they're not, they're playing a part, or whether they are participating in it and it looks like they're willingly participating in it. You have to know that there are relationships where people go through abuse, and in order to just get through it, they act like they like it. They just go along with the flow after a point in time. And then you say, you got the ones that be like, well, if this happened, how come you didn't leave? Depending on the situation, everybody don't leave. And especially if you are in a powerful situation with a nigga like this man who got access to so many things and so many people, was keeping dead ass tabs on Cassie. Okay? And probably the other people too. You know? And we seen this whole thing with the R. Kelly case. We saw how that shit was playing out when he got convicted and he got put in jail. That man got convicted and his whole circle was still doing shit on his behalf, stalking witnesses. Okay, that one girl that was in his little, thing with the Jocelyn Savage girl. Yeah, the other girl that got away finally woke up and got away. The Azriel girl, I believe, blew a car up. Remember that? The Surviving R. Kelly documentary came out, and the place where one of the viewings was supposed to be shown, didn't somebody call in a bomb threat or something like that, or try to shoot it up or something like that? Come on now. And you ask, why did you stay? Why didn't you get the strength to leave right away? Ask your mother that. Ask your auntie that. Ask your grandmother that. Ask your cousin that. Ask your friend that is still getting her head beat in. Some of y'all, from what I've seen and learned today and what I've been seeing and learning, is that a lot of y'all really, and I'm probably not talking to a lot of people that watching me, because I'm pretty sure y'all got some sense. Y'all really relish or think that getting beat up in your relationship, getting talked down to, getting sexually abused by your partner in your relationship, which does happen and is a crime, especially if you say no, okay? You think that that's normal. You think that that's normal and it's okay. And then others, you think that doing that and being an abuser in your relationship is okay as well. And that's the problem. That's why we got the stuff that we got going on now and the mentality of what people are doing. Because you see stuff and therefore you emulate it, and then you can't differentiate it and be like, you know what? This is not right. I shouldn't be causing harm to a person that I claim that I love, because love shouldn't hurt like that. Love shouldn't cause whips. Love shouldn't put bruises on your body. Love shouldn't cause you to have broken bones. Love shouldn't cause you to have vaginal damage, anal damage. Love shouldn't have you STDs and all that stuff. That's not what love is, okay? That is not what love is. And if you still don't understand that that woman was groomed from the age of 19 by this grown-ass man, and she didn't know shit. He taught her a lot of stuff and took advantage. That's how she is a victim. For those that don't want to understand, that is how she's a victim. And I just want people who get up here and talk, make sure you talk, because this is not a joking matter. Okay, this is not something that's just about sex. All right, it's not just about somebody wanting to be freaky and all that shit. Let me tell you something, Tiny. I'm gonna need you to be quiet. Okay, with the shit that you and your husband went through, and that took your family through, you should be one of the main and one of the few people that should have kept your mouth shut. Up there talking about some people want to charge you because of the way that you want to be freaky. You and your husband almost lost everything because someone opened up the floodgates and had other women coming out with allegations against you and your husband. And you went comments talking like this. Don't fuck it up for your group who is on the run right now with this later in stage in life popularity that's going on. Shut your mouth up. And then for the friend of Kim Porter who actually posted that damn post and talking about some free him, praise him and all this stuff or whatever shit, you doing all of this stuff in the name of this man and your friend who was getting abused by him, allegedly, but we know it's true, but allegedly, are you serious? With friends like that, who the fuck need enemies, okay? Like, y'all are just ridiculous. But it's to be expected. A lot of other celebrities or other people, I was already ready for that to happen. And it was just really crazy because, of course, people do not like to read or do not like to comprehend what all this means, okay? At the end of the day, Diddy is still going to jail. So to have the family come out once the verdict was read, and then, you know, have them, you got Christian Combe that he out there doing the dance and Diddy free and doing the push-ups and all that stuff. And you got the music playing and all that. For what? I would never be celebrating until I find out whether my person, whoever it is actually coming home for real. Not no getting sentenced later to be in jail again for years or whatever, or just waiting on bail. No, I'm celebrating once they get out for real. That's just what it is. And there's no possibility that they going back to jail. Okay. And they'll be away from me forever. No. And they celebrated a little bit too quickly because then they came back, you know, and this is what everybody was saying. Oh, he free. He finna come home. It's finna be all baby oil parties. Like, come on. It's not a joke. It's not a fucking joke. And it's like a lot of the people that are going up for this man, y'all have daughters who can be in the same situation. You would sit here and you would go up for him, but then all of a sudden when it get big about a little black girl missing, or a little black girl or even a little black boy getting taken advantage of sexually and all that stuff, you will go and, you know, go through hell for it. You'll, oh, this is wrong, and lock that motherfucker up and all this shit. But then it's okay when Diddy do it just because it's Cassie or other grown women, so you say. Come on now. Ain't no pick and choosing. You're only doing it because it's Diddy, because it's a celebrity, and you cannot step outside your standship. Or you so big on this, well, they're trying to take this black man down. Well, that black man was doing some harm to a lot of women. Black, white, well, I don't know if white. Well, yeah, because it was cases against him. Black, white, Hispanic, all of that shit. He was doing it against everybody. So it's fuck women? Is that what it is? Like, I ain't even got a problem. You know, the verdict is the verdict. That's just not, that's not the issue. The issue is people acting like he's scot-free and as if he didn't do anything. As if you didn't sit there and you read all of this stuff and you seen the stuff that was being put out and that was being said, including the video of Cassie getting her ass whooped the way that she was. And y'all are okay with that. I do not understand the psychology of people who are okay with supporting abusers, especially when you see the evidence of the abuse. I don't understand that. And you will never get me to understand that. because you wouldn't do it to a regular person. But then again, some of y'all got people in y'all families that y'all just tuck under the rug and y'all know be touching the kids. Okay? And y'all just be letting it fly. Am I correct? Yes, I am. Okay? Yeah, and it's just really weird. You celebrating real quick, and I get the family, and it's all the kids. I know he a terrible person, but that's the kid's father. Girl, what? I won't want to look up to that, but they do look up to that, and they got his worst habits too. Okay? That's the kid's father. And, oh, you shouldn't be doing this and you shouldn't be doing that. Well, if he wanted to be a daddy and he wanted to be around and to see them for their whole life until he's leaving this earth, he shouldn't have did what he did to put himself in a predicament to get this far. Obviously, he did something to pop all this off. Ain't nobody coming at him for nothing. Okay? Ain't nobody coming at him for nothing. And then you come back out and you're all somber because the judge didn't deny the bail. Okay? So you out here celebrating, and for what? He's still going to jail, and now, no, he's not getting out on an immediate release or a bail release of $1 million. He's staying in jail until he get his sentence in October the 10th. Like, it's fucked up no matter how it's not something to rejoice about. It's not something to, just be happy about on either side. It's not. Because either way you look at it, it's a terrible situation. It is a terrible situation, and it's an unfortunate situation because we already know that people aren't going to learn from it. People within our own black community will still uphold people like this. And that's why we have people that in the community that still go up for people like this, and that's why we still got them. And we still got to sit here and talk about them. And y'all, it's okay to be black and to hold your own fucking people accountable. You got to get the bad seeds out that's making us, the ones that doing right, look fucking bad. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with holding people accountable? He has yet to really hold himself accountable, even if, what? Nothing. Especially when you got a whole bunch of enablers, including the family around. You have daughters, and this is why I don't have any respect. I don't give a damn if you want to say, oh, he just being freaky. You being freaky, but it's a difference between being freaky and being a sexual abuser. Okay? It's a fucking difference, It's a fucking difference between doing all of that shit and then drugging people without their knowledge and all of this stuff, whatever. And it's just disgusting. You wouldn't want anybody doing that to your daughters. And how many daughters he got? He got 4 of them. He got 4 of them. And 3 of them are young adults. Would you want somebody taking them doing some stuff like that? No, you would not. You would not want that to happen. And that's what kills me when I see people, especially men, going up for motherfuckers like this, and they have daughters themselves. Because it gives me, and then no, let me just take that back, men and women. Because it gives me, what if that happened to your child? Because I don't give a damn how old they are, they're still going to be your child. Okay? What if somebody do that to your child? You going to be, she shouldn't have put herself in that situation, or why you stay so long? You ain't going to do nothing? You ain't going to try to get justice? You ain't going to try to at least fuck that nigga up? You probably won't, because a lot of y'all pussy. And that's just really what it is. And then you got people. Hold on. You got the celebrities that we already knew were going to come out and do some dumb shit. You got people like Carisha. Mama, you fell off so bad. I'm going to tell you that. At the end of the day, it was cute while it lasted. But Diddy literally was your downfall. And you up here, whether you meant for it to be referring to Diddy, because you start posting when they went into the deliberation about the verdict, okay? And you put up 11/11, please. Now, I know what the significance of 11/11 is, but it's just so coincidental that you did that on that day. I didn't notice it until earlier today. And then you did it again, 11/11, and you put the heart. And so, of course, people are like putting it together, and assuming that basically you don't give a fuck about what's going on and you just glad that this man is about to get out, or so you thought. And then posting in your Instagram story, which you took down, meme Justin Bieber doing the clock it, doing that or whatever. Like, what are we clocking? What is that supposed to be about? And you can't say that, it's just it's a coincidental. How you know that that's what she talking about or whatever? Because she deleted it. She deleted it out of her Insta story. So now what is people supposed to believe? You ain't said nothing else. You are everybody is terrible, okay? You are a terrible. It was cute while it lasted. The fun was cute while it lasted. You was funny, but at this point, okay? It is what it is. It is what it is with you when it comes to you. I don't see it for you, baby girl. I really don't. But hey, moving on. Also, I don't see it. The ignorant, and it be our own people, is really giving flashbacks. I should be there around 9. Girl, don't even ask me if she can come over. And this is my sister. Don't even ask me if she can come over. She just told me she gonna be there around 9 tomorrow. Girl, whatever. So you doing all of this and y'all going so hard for this man, and what are you getting out of it exactly? It's okay to just be quiet and to just move on and just to say, speak your piece and go ahead. You don't have to act a fool. You don't have to be out there shucking and jiving. The most disgusting thing that I've seen this whole situation, mind you, I'm going to be 100% honest with y'all. I was not clocked into this thing. I was not clocked into this case, okay? Now, maybe if it would have been on TV and I can actually see it or whatever, or it can be streamed somewhere, maybe I probably would have tuned in a little time. But, girl, I just put it in God's hand, okay? Because what is it going to do? I'm not going to get my pressure board up. I already know how people are going to be ignorant. I know how people still going to be victim blaming. I know how people still going to be making jokes and being stupid. And I'm so glad that y'all doing it, because all I'm doing is just been blocking. No announcement. I'm just blocking because I don't want to be associated with that. I don't want to see that shit, because that says a lot about your character. And if you got a problem with me doing that, then that says again a lot about your character, and you could just block me. So you got people outside the courthouse, and it was so reminiscent of what was going on with the R. Kelly case. And it was so crazy because it was literally like the episode of the Boondocks with the R. Kelly case. This man, and y'all have to put in perspective, y'all literally had relatives who were buying child porn. Y'all was buying child porn. Y'all really were. And y'all thought that was cool. And y'all let they let the man get off. No, and it was some technicality or some shit that happened that let him get off. And in the process of that, this man committed acts against a literal child. She was 14 years old. Film that shit. It got caught out there on the streets, and y'all people spread that shit around, selling it on the street. But then you got a problem now with people who have this type of activity on their computers or who engage in this stuff, and you want to call it out. But yeah, you will still sit there and support this man who literally was filmed himself knowingly doing this with a child and was out here going after children. Trust and believe, I was there when I've seen some of the shit. Okay? Because even in the early 2000s, this motherfucker still was out there on the prowl back in Wood. Come on, I went to Kenwood. 8th grade. Seen him out there a few times. Went to my job. Seen him out there a few times with a circle of kids around him. But no, he's not guilty, or, oh, he's the greatest. The nigga couldn't even fucking read. The nigga can't even sing that well. The nigga's song really wasn't all of that of a genius to be. He wasn't writing nothing phenomenal. Voice really wasn't that extraordinary for y'all to be going up so hard. And then it'd be the older women that be going up so fucking hard. Mind you, he don't even like you because you're not even the right age for him. But you going off and you okay with this, and you step in the name of love type of shit, the same fucking shit that y'all did out there at that courthouse when he got convicted or got freed that first case, that's the same shit you ignorant fools was doing out here in front of that goddamn courthouse. The baby oil, spraying the baby oil and spill. That was the most niggotry. That was the most coonish. That was the most shucking and jiving ass, sambo ass shit that I've seen in my life in a long time. You have no fucking respect for women at all. To be out there making a joke and a mockery of this, to go fucking viral, to kind of lie and say, oh, well, it's an inside joke. Somebody gonna say, oh, they probably gonna say it's an inside joke. Ain't no inside joke. That's what y'all kept on focusing on, all the baby oil, and now you are outside the courthouse having baby oil sprayed all up on you, acting a pure fucking fool. And baby, I'm not about all that about respectability politics, but in this case, like what? I'm pretty sure your family gonna see your ass sitting there doing this dumb shit. The woman with the blue wig, Armand Wiggins. I said, I know that's not him out here doing that shit. And somebody was like, yeah, he be out there, he was out there reporting. Because I was like, why is these YouTubers, early on, I think it was like a couple of weeks ago, I was like, why is these YouTubers? Because some lady was coming at him, unprovoked or whatever. But then I said, why are YouTubers out here anyway at this trial? Like, what? And it was like, oh, well, he's giving fair, unbiased commentary, and telling us what's going on and all this stuff or whatever. And that you should watch. I should watch when he do this. When he's making a fucking mockery. And other people out there making a goddamn mockery. I don't give a damn if you don't agree with the verdict. Or if you do agree with the verdict and you want the man to be free or whatever. But at least have some fucking decency, bitch. Have some fucking couth about yourself. You really thought that was a good idea and then to film it? And then for the people that's laughing at it and think that shit funny, the fuck was funny about that? Because again, what if that was somebody that you knew that was in that predicament? Y'all don't like to put yourselves in the victim's place. Because it could easily be you at any moment. And then you want to know what's so fucked up about it? You will probably get it worse and won't nobody give a damn, in a sense, because you're a regular ass person. And especially if you're a black woman. Because they don't give a shit about black women in this country as it is. And yet we have our black men and then some other black women out here just making a mockery of, girl, it's just, oh my God. Anything to fucking go viral or to, like, this social media shit is a goddamn disease to some people. Like, y'all need it so much to live, okay? Like, I get that we want to move places, but if you trying to get on certain places and certain networks and certain this and get certain eyes on you and all this stuff, doing shit like this is not going to do it. That's going to get you, like, pushed back. Oh, you was the clown out there doing all this shit. Doing that trial. What? That could be a fucking hindrance. Do y'all not think about shit before y'all do stuff? That was so utterly disgusting, and anybody that say, oh, that shit was funny, calm down, it wasn't funny, and you can just stop watching me. For real, because I'm not for the bull. I was totally disgusted by that. I said, are you fucking serious? And then get into the jury makeup, right? Why was the jury, to the lawyers that probably watch me, I sound like rocks. To my rock star lawyers, I love when she say that, my real rock star lawyers. Why was the jury made up like that? How come the jury couldn't be 50-50, like 6 men and 6 women instead of 8 men and 4 women? Girl, do you know? And then listen to this. Okay. So this is what the jury makeup was. You had one juror number 2, he is a 69-year-old man, okay, and he is a massage therapist. Juror number 5 is a 31-year-old man who works in investment analyst. Okay, moving on. And he's an active church goer. Juror 25 is a 51-year-old man who works as a scientist. Juror 28 is a 30-year-old woman in the Bronx with her mama and her brother, daily at a clerk. Juror 55 is a 42-year-old woman, claiming complain that she's not a fan of the news. She probably said guilty. Okay. Juror 75 is a 68-year-old man who was retired and previously worked in finance. All right. Juror 160, 43-year-old woman who cares for elderly patients. Okay. Juror 184, 39-year-old man who lives in the Bronx with his brother. A social worker too. What? A 68, this juror 201 is 67-year-old man who got 2 adult children. Juror 217 is a 74-year. Why was the jury so goddamn old? And why was the men mostly old? Okay. I don't know. That was a little suspicious to me. I just felt like it should have been a little bit even, like 6 men, 6 women. That's really what it should have been, to my opinion, you know. But hey, I guess that's what they wanted to do. Meanwhile, and let's talk about it. Like Diddy is not. I know we've been talking about this for a minute, but this is like the biggest thing to talk about right about now. And I haven't been discussing it, so, you know, my bad if we're going talking about it too much, but I'm trying to cover all bases, so excuse me and my apologies. I'm about to get off of it in a second. For the people cheering and all this stuff and whatever, once he gets sentenced, because I'm pretty sure he's going to get sentenced, and they said he getting held without bail because of the simple fact that, you know, his domestic abuse record and all that stuff, and he's a danger to the community because of that, which he is. And so you got that, because you could, anyway. You also have to remember that this man has multiple lawsuits against him. Okay. His sons, both of them now, have sexual assault, sexual abuse, lawsuits against them. Krishna Combe has one. Okay. We've already spoken about that one. Recently, it just came out like last week, at the end of last week, that Justin Combe is now being sued in a new lawsuit with Diddy about a woman who said that she was drugged and gang raped by them. So what are we celebrating? And then all of this, the kids need him and all this stuff, and he a good dad. He's not a good dad. Because look at the example that he's putting out. You wouldn't put yourself in these type of predicaments and situations if you was a good person, if you was a good father. Yeah, you could be there financially. Yeah, you can have a little time or whatever, but look at what you did. You literally, in one fell swoop, destroyed your whole family. You destroyed your whole family reputation. And you have daughters. And the only ones that I feel bad for are the daughters. Because they're truly innocent. When you got the brothers who got the same type of cases against them, the father who was just being put out on the front street, let me tell you something, at the end of the day, even if he only get a couple of years, house arrest, 5 years, 10 years each or whatever, that man's reputation has gone down in the toilet when it comes to business. No one is really going to want to work with him. Okay, there will be no partnerships, and by that time, he's gonna be at least 60. Okay, he's like 55 or something like that. He's gonna be at least 60. Okay, and so after fighting all these lawsuits and paying all these lawyer fees or whatever, I hope he got some stuff tucked away. I really do, to help him live out the rest of his life. And the best thing about it, or best thing for him, is to just do not come into the spotlight. Stay out of the public eye. For a minute. Okay. For a minute. Yeah, of course, you're going to have some people that's in the community that's going to still support him. Okay, y'all still support R. Kelly and all these other abusers, Chris Brown and all that shit. So, yeah, that, okay, but will it be like the way it used to be? No, it won't. And I'm going to be very watchful of the black publications and these big black platforms that probably still going to support him, too. You act like you didn't support him when all this stuff was going on, and now that you found out that he's not guilty of the 3 main things, you're probably still going to post him and all this shit. Because I guarantee you, I would not have been surprised if they would have found him not guilty on all the charges, even after all of the evidence that was presented. After all of the evidence that was presented, BET probably would have had his ass on the website. Oh, he free, welcome back, and then probably mention him up in the BET Awards next year. Tyler Perry got that little case against him, baby. They couldn't even wait. I mean, the ink, the paper, and it wasn't even that. It was still fresh on the damn press. The next day, they had a post up talking about Tyler Perry did this for the girl. Tone deaf. The man just got accused of stuff. Baby, ain't nobody talking about that now. That is crazy. All of this is really nothing to be excited for. You know what I'm saying? I feel for the daughters. That's just really what it is. Okay? At the end of the day. Do better. Do better. Because we do want to see the black men in our community do well. We want them to do well. But we don't want them to do no fuck shit at the same that can derail that. And this is what y'all doing. But then get on us when we call the shit out. We supposed to be quiet about this so it can continue to happen? Absolutely the fuck not. Okay? Girl, please. Moving on. Nelly. Since I'm getting on people's ass, Nelly, let me tell you something. If it wasn't for Ashanti coming back in your life, I really don't think that people would give too much of a shit like they do about you now. Okay? They really would have really written you off a long time ago. And mostly probably the only reason why you a little bit relevant even without Ashanti is because you did have a couple of songs with, you know, like, was it Tim McGraw? All in my head. That was a cute song. I ain't even gonna lie. Nelly, you had a nice little catalog. You had a nice little run, and you just fucked it up for me. You really just fucked it up for me. See, people probably hate it, but I'm that type of person. You do some silly shit, I'll give you one chance, I'll give you another chance, but baby, on that third, it's time to cut it loose, okay? And it's cut. Cut. Because instead of just being here and just being honest and say, yo, I thought it was a good idea to do the Trump thing because, you know, the money, it is what it is. I'm not necessarily endorsing the man, but at the end of the day, it was my decision. I didn't really think about how it can affect the people who support me or whatever, because in my mind it's like I don't really care, and people wouldn't really care that much still after that. But I realized that they did, and you know, it is what it is, and my bad, but what's done is done. I could even accept that, you know what I'm saying? Because at least you're acknowledging that people got a reason to be and feel the way that they feel. Or to taste and, you know, point out the hypocrisy and the contradictoriness of it. You know what I'm saying? And it is your right to do what you want to do. But in this political climate, given the excuse that you gave, it just doesn't sit well. And that's where you messed up. You either could have just been quiet like Snoop Dogg was for a while about it. But you came out and said, I respect the office. You said that shit as if we got a respectable president in office. You said that shit and came back and doubled down, tripled down, quadrupled down on it. And then try to come out and say, because you frustrated because people calling your ass out about it. And if you didn't want nobody to call you out, maybe you shouldn't have did it and never should have went public if you was going to do it. Or you shouldn't did this, reality TV show, which is also bringing it up as well. I haven't watched it. I don't plan on watching it. I've already said that I wasn't going to watch it because you're full of shit. You're really full of shit. And I did feel bad for Ashanti for a second, but then again, Ashanti, this is who you chose, and you know how that man is. You know exactly how that man is, okay? And I being a dutiful wife and all that shit, fuck that. Fuck that. No. Fuck all that. The thing of it is, he comes out and he said on an Instagram post, some of y'all have a problem with us because the prosecutor, wait a minute. Oh yeah, because the prosecutor, who has probably locked up more black men that we've helped, bitch, can he write? It's supposed to be than help women of color with a white husband and white kids did not win the election. I did not campaign for anyone. I do not tell people who to vote for. I respect and love our country from the top to the bottom, good and bad. And I'm very aware that it's a lot of things that we need to work on, the right The right is too far right and the left is too far left. I'm a military baby with a grand uncle who is a Tuskegee Airman, and you're doing him a disservice. A red tail that is very prideful in his country. I told you it's my respect for the office, meaning any president that calls on Nelly, I would be honored. Nothing to do with money, nothing to do with race. But if you want to make it about race, then let's go. I find it very interesting that so many of you would dump on two black men that's married to two black women and has black children because of women of color, because the woman of color with the white husband and white kids didn't win. Here's my thing, Nelly, full fucking stop. Okay? Let's take the fucking race out of it. Because just because you got a black woman, it's a lot of fucking black Republicans out here with black wives and black kids and still making stupid ass decisions just like you did. But when you want to take the, let's take race up out of it. Let's take race up out of it. You see what this motherfucker is doing. He's literally dismantling every fucking thing that's going to affect your ass. That's going to affect your children. That's going to affect your grandchildren. And especially the goddamn baby that you just had. Okay? That you're not really raising. But yeah, that. And you want to bring the race in it. I know it's been race about it. But that motherfucker don't like your black ass. To be quite honest. You can't say shit like this and not bring race into it. But if we want to take race out, look what he's doing to the healthcare system. Look how he's handling the immigration situation. Oh, it's not affecting you? It is. It's going to. Because now he want to start deporting U.S. citizens too? Bitch, what? What the fuck is going on? You can get caught up in that. Because you look a little Rican. I never forget that time I got up into the Uber and the dude was like, you Puerto Rican? I said, no, bitch, I'm black. He was like, you sure? I said, yeah, my mom and my daddy black. And it was like, oh, because you look a little Rican. I said, you know what? I got that a couple of times, but no, bitch, I'm black American. That's what I am. Bitch, if they can mistake me for that, they can mistake you. And mind you, Puerto Rico that's U.S. territory. A motherfucker literally just got deported to Jamaica where he never been to because he was born on a U.S. Air Force base, Army base, I believe in Germany or something. And now they saying that he got to get deported because the base don't exist. So therefore, and I don't even think he got a birth certificate or whatever, but he's a U.S. citizen and a black man. So you don't want to bring race into it, Nelly? Come the fuck on. And then you, like, what point are you trying to make about Kamala and her husband? We wouldn't be going through the shit that we was going through now. And don't get it wrong, Kamala would have came up in here and she would have calmed down some of the shit. We still would have been going through some shit, but not at this goddamn rate, okay? Not so fucking sloppily. Okay, she would have brought some goddamn diplomacy up in this hole. All right, she was the better of the two options, to be quite honest. And look what we're stuck with. All right, you want to double down? Oh, if a president come and call me, I'ma go. You mean to tell me just be you respect the man in the office that much? Even though he's hurting the people that support you? Even though he's hurting yourself? To be quite honest? Like what? You don't have no morals and you can't decide that, no, I'll pass on this. You that type of nigga. And that's sad. And Ashanti, you knew he was like that and you married him. Not only did you marry him, you got pregnant by him and you still want to have another baby by him. Mind you, the whole discussion that people was having is because a clip from their show, he was basically saying how he ain't gonna change the Pampers and, do all that other shit, just leave it to her. I read this comment. The only reason why I'm talking about it is because Bondi Blue had posted a comment that somebody had said in response to her. And the woman basically was like, we need to give him some grace or something because he raised his sister's kids and he already had his own kids. and he later in life or whatever, he went through a lot, we need to give him some grace, he probably burnt out. What? Y'all will make an excuse for any and everybody, baby, and it's just really sad. I don't give a good goddamn how old you are, how fucking many kids you help raise, including your own. Ain't nobody tell you to lay down with that lady unprotected and get her pregnant. And if you did get her pregnant by accident and you so burnt out and you can't want to do Pampers, you don't want to wake up in the middle of the night and get a baby a bottle, see if the baby okay, and take the baby or be around the baby all the goddamn time too, you should never had the baby. Could have went to the chop shop. I'm sorry to say it so bluntly, but that's just really what it is, okay? Women don't get grace like that. Again, you can let a woman try to get grace like that and they be burnt out. They get talked about so bad. Halle Bailey literally went on a postpartum episode because she was postpartum depression. Her own baby daddy tried to use that shit against her and turned the whole fucking internet, or his little side of the internet, against her to make it seem like she's a bad person and a bad mom and all of this stuff. She don't get no grace. See how they don't give her no grace? Well, we supposed to give him some grace because he could possibly be burnt out? Bitch, you a grown ass man. And ain't nobody tell you to listen. You made the kid. How about you just help with the kid? I just don't understand that. This is why I don't like the whole societal rules or whatever, the gender roles and all this stuff. And girl, I just take that shit back to white supremacy. I'm just blaming everything on white supremacy. Because I feel like it should not just be the man's duty to go. And I know it's going to be some people that going to be like, oh, that's because you gay. That's because you gay. No, it ain't. I always felt this way. If it's two able-bodied adults up in that household, not one person shouldn't really just be paying everything. I don't see nothing wrong with doing 50-50. You do this, you do that, or we put half and half on all the bills. I don't see nothing wrong with that. I don't see nothing wrong with tonight I cook, tomorrow night you cook, tonight, then the next night I cook and all that stuff. I don't see nothing wrong with that. I don't see nothing wrong with you take out the trash today, I take out the trash tomorrow, and all of this stuff. I don't see nothing wrong with that. I don't see nothing wrong with splitting up the household responsibility of cleaning. You clean this part, I clean this half. You clean the kitchen, I clean the kitchen. You clean the living room and the bedroom. And then we alternate. I don't see nothing wrong with that. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Whether you're a man or a woman and a woman, man and a man, they, them, binary, non, whatever. I don't see nothing wrong with that. I just feel like that's just more reasonable. And I feel like, honestly, that's more stress-free. Because I truly don't feel like, yeah, I get it that, the men in a relationship, this is what you been brought up to be. But your nigga shouldn't be so goddamn stressed out because he working like 35 hours a day and it's only 24 hours in a day to make a decent living, so your ass don't really have to do shit. And then when to bring a baby into the situation, you help make that fucking baby. And I get you going to work and doing some, the money, but help being around with your wife or the mother of your child who is stressed the fuck out, because you have to understand women body go through so much to bring that life into this world. And the least you can do is to help out as much as you can. Not as little as you can or as little as you want to, but as much as you can to alleviate some of the stress off of your wife or the mother of your child. Like, come on. I wouldn't have let that shit get aired. Sometimes it'd be cute to have these people do reality shows, but then once you look at it, you be like, God damn, maybe you shouldn't do that, okay? Girl. But enough of me ranting and raving or whatever. I know y'all like, shit, bitch, you just went. I had to, we gotta be real. We gotta be a little serious sometimes over here when we need to, and then we can get to the funny. Michael Beasley, wrong person. Malik Beasley, what the hell is going on in the NBA, baby? What is going on? I don't know who this man is. I heard the name before. I seen the picture. I said, okay, you look oddly familiar, but at the same time, you in debt and you in a federal gambling situation investigation. Now you already see what's going on with Diddy. The feds don't play, okay? The feds don't play. And I will say this, from the stuff that I was looking up at, no shade, I do think that the prosecution, they dropped the ball on a lot of stuff. All right. So that's why you don't get me upset about the actual verdict like that, because they kind of dropped the ball a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But it's the reaction. You know, that's the issue that. But anyway, some people probably say, I'm just passionate. I just don't like people getting hurt. And I don't like people making mockery and minimizing stuff that shouldn't be minimized. But that's neither here nor there. He is in an investigation. This man owed tens of thousands of dollars to a celebrity barber, to the dentist, and to his former sports agency. How do you owe all this money to the dentist and the barber? And see, I'm going to tell you something. Mr. Barber Man. Shut up. Oh. Y'all, I want to go to Jamaica so bad. I really want to go to Jamaica so bad. That's going to be next. All right, I done been to the Bahamas, but I really want to go back to the Bahamas, and I really want to go into Bahamas for real, for real. Like, we went to some food spots and all that stuff in the city or whatever. That was cute. That was real cute. That was real cool. It was hot as shit, though. Beth couldn't breathe for a second. I said, woo, goddamn. Bitch, when I went to Puerto Rico, it was hot as shit, too. I want to go back to Puerto Rico as well. I want to get and go to the touristy spots. I want to hit up the cliffs. I want to do all of that stuff, okay? But I do want to go to Jamaica. That has always been girl, I just want to go to the island. I really feel like it was either meant for me to be born here or to be born in one of them islands. I really do. You know, I just was born to be black. That's just really what it was, you know. And to shake some ass, that's just, maybe if I was born over there, I probably would have had some ass. I don't know. I'm thankful, you know what I'm saying? But hey, I just wish I had some ass, you know. Moving on from that, how the hell do you rank up to what? How much he owe the barber? He owes the barber shop $26,827 judgment against him, and this happened in January. They won that settlement against him. Now, how much was you in debt to the damn barber? And to the barber, why you weren't getting your money up front? Because I know the niggas out here, they don't do that shit. Baby, you go cash at me the stuff right here, right now, before I put them clippers to your head, okay? That's just what it is, you know? And how much was you charging? You know, your celebrity barbers. Let me tell you something. No matter how much goddamn money I get, I'm not paying no $500+ for no damn hairs, okay? Some of you women, I feel for y'all. Y'all be going to get y'all units in. Y'all installments, okay? Baby, y'all get y'all units, y'all sew ins, y'all 27 pieces, y'all be getting all of that shit in, and y'all have to come with your hair washed already, dried already, detangled already. Bitch, I done did everything, and you still want me to pay $1,000 to put this shit in already? I done did all of the goddamn service. I just need you to sew the shit in. Bitch, that should not cost no $500+. But hey, y'all go through it. I just would never. My shit to just be out here in a goddamn fro that be limp. Because, you know, we get to a certain place where it just... That's why I locked this hoe up. Okay? This is exactly why I locked this hoe up. Because, no. I would not. Y'all want to know how much I pay for my hair every month? Or every time I go? When I go get my hair done, what's included in my hair? I get my hair washed. And I mean, he scrubs that shit. It get conditioned every other time I go there. And then I get it blow dried under the dryer. Okay? And I get it styled. I get maintenance and style. That's something, right? You want to know how much I pay? The last time when I went to go get these done, because it's two strand twist, I pay $125 for this. Usually, I pay $75 for my shit. And I always give him $100 because I give him a $25 tip all the time. Okay? And that's been like that. Like, he ain't never, with the inflation and everything that's been going on, I've been going to him for damn near almost 10 years since I got my locks. He started my locks. He still do my locks and all that stuff. I can have my complaints about sometimes the nigga don't come in on time, but when he come in, he get that shit done. Okay? I ain't never had a problem. He ain't never raised the price on my ass. Never. Okay? And never been like, well, you gonna do this, you gonna do that? No. And y'all be at the shops. How much y'all be paying for y'all hair? And y'all be up in that bitch all day. Girl, I want to get my ends colored so bad. But I just don't want to sit up in there with all it. You know, it already take a good almost 2 hours. 2 hours on a good day. okay, to do all of what I just said. And most of the time, the majority of the time is spent under the dryer, you know, because it's a lot. It's a lot of fucking hair, bitch. But baby, I don't want to spend 2 hours plus up in that goddamn shop like that. But one day I'm gonna pop up and I'm gonna have my hair light. Y'all gonna be like, cause some of y'all be like, when you gonna color your hair, bitch? Damn, don't rush me. But I'm gonna pop up and y'all gonna be like, it's about fucking time, whore. I'm gonna be like, you right. But yeah, what's up with that? $26,000? Make that 27. We're just gonna round that up to the top. $27,000, and then you owe the dentist 34. Make that 35, bitch. Are you serious? You know, braces and shit. I don't know. You probably got some veneers. You probably got your teeth white. Did you see when Finesse 2 times said that when he went to go get his veneers, he ain't brushed his teeth? He ain't know I'm supposed to brush my teeth. I just know his breath stinks. I just know that bitch be humming, okay? Like, and you got the nerve to have multiple women. A nigga like him got multiple women and I can't get one. Wait. Is it the money? I don't get it. And I can't necessarily say that because regular niggas that look like him, they do be having bitches too. They be having women. Okay, any and everybody can get one. And I just don't understand it. And you up here literally getting on the internet telling us that you didn't brush your teeth before you got them caps on you, motherfucker. I hope the dentist or whoever the fuck, it sounds like you probably went underground and got it. Like, what? Oh, that is nasty. I just know you got halitosis on top of gingivitis. Oh, Lord have mercy. And you be kissed. Please tell me you don't kiss people in the mouth. I told y'all about my first kiss that I had with a dude, and this kind of no offense to the guys, but it did kind of turn me. It led me astray too. Cause it was one of the motherfuckers that snuck up on you. Like when we was talking or whatever, I ain't smell nothing. But when he went in for the kiss, and then the kiss was at the tongue, baby, it was in my, and I tasted it. Alright, it was just so bad. It smelled like sour fucking spoiled apples and some other shit. It was nasty, girl. I gagged. I could have threw up in his mouth. And I pushed him back so quick. I said, this ain't gonna happen. Nice talking to you. I avoided talk about avoiding a bullet. I told y'all before, and if I did, I'm gonna tell y'all now. A few years ago, I was getting on the train, and I seen him getting off the train struggling, and he was with his baby mama. I said, thank God. And mind you, this was the baby mama after me. They had multiple kids. I said, oh, Lord have mercy. It never would have been me. That ain't for me. Thank God I can't do those things. Okay? I mean, just the struggling. And they was all young kids. Probably they was like them step kids. 1, 2, 3. Them type of motherfuckers. I said, you did your... Ooh, no, not me. All right? So you got that plus his agency for a breach of contract. That's $650,000. Yeah. The company is asking for $2.25 million in damages. And he also took out a loan with a company in Florida. And he said he was going to use his future and his present NBA earnings as collateral. You know, he was negotiating a 3-year, $42 million contract with the Pistons. Okay. And those conversations, they put on pause. And, yeah, he's now investigating in this goddamn gambling situation. I need the people to get these people like, y'all get all this money and go buck wild and just fuck it up. I'm too scared. I would love to have a lot of money. My thing is, I would still, even if I had a lot of money, baby, I would still be out here living like a frugal ass cheap bitch. Okay, for real. Shopping on Amazon every goddamn day. Well, let me not take that. Let me take that back. I up it up a little bit, but you know, I'll probably be able to afford to go to black owned shit all the time. But girl, I be scared to, even sometimes if I really need something for Amazon, like a piece of furniture or some little piece of whatever, and they be having a different price. Bitch, give me the smallest. I don't give a damn. Give me the cheapest. I just can't. I got it, but I just don't want to spend it. You know, I just got a fear of being broke and having to go stay back with my mama. I don't want that to happen. You know what I'm saying? So I don't play with money like that. And then y'all get all this goddamn money and y'all just go buck fucking wow. Like, what? Oh, because you think it's going to last and you just never know. I hope y'all put shit away for the rainy day. Okay? Oh, yeah. Back to the Nelly situation. The fact that he said that shit about her being a prosecutor, putting more black men in prison and all that. Once again, you want to say that you didn't vote for Trump, but you using those talking points, okay, that the leftists and the Republicans and all them, the black Republicans and all that shit that they used against Kamala, okay? You're using those talking points. Mind you, they're debunked, okay? Mind you, you clearly didn't do your research. So that's all a lie what you said. The reasoning and everything, a lie. Moving on from that, let me get off of that and let me get on to a subject too. Listen, girl, I thought I didn't have to come back on here and cuss this lady out, but I'm going to have to cuss this lady out. And if y'all make it this far, y'all probably going to have to send this part with, bitch, what the fuck is going on? Okay? Let me tell you something. You would not have me in my goddamn bed going and just, imagine I had took a social media break for a couple of days. Then Beyonce get down there into Houston night one. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cute or whatever. And I was just chilling. Was it on Friday? I believe it was Friday. And so, because night 2 was on a Saturday. Yeah. And a friend of mine was down there at both nights, right? So I'm texting her ass after all this shit happened. She texts me back in the morning and gonna say, so what you talking about? Why you texting me this? Bitch, the goddamn car, okay? What the fuck happened? Bitch, listen. If you watch my review of the Cowboy Carter tour, I have constantly said, I don't know what the fuck. That horseshoe be on turbo speed. The bull, sometimes that shit be looking like mama gonna get thrown off of it. And now you got this goddamn car. Okay? Now see, honestly, I thought it was gonna be the horseshoe that would have gave her a goddamn problem. You know, mama wanna be Evel Knievel so goddamn bad. Okay? Beetle Knievel, you gotta calm the fuck down. You gotta calm the fuck down. Slow that down. I know we going to the beat of the song, but slow that damn bull down a little bit. That shit was making me nervous when I was looking at it too. I'm talking to my sister like, is it going a little fast? You know, she jerking in that bitch a little bit too much. I don't like that. You know, the ass is pretty, but what? Slow that down a little bit. She get up in the fucking horseshoe and that bitch zoom. I said, whoa. You blink, you missed her. I said, slow that shit down. I shouldn't be as nervous as I am watching this shit, okay? As a bitch who got fucking high anxiety, girl, stop it, you know? And you just having fun up there. Oh, you just like to have fucking risks. You like to play those type of games, bitch. You are a mother. You are a wife. We can do something about that. You are a mother, okay? You are a daughter. Calm that shit down. That goddamn horse. Let me tell you something. The crew, y'all should never let that lady get up on that goddamn car, because when I seen the clips, you know, it was different angles being put up there. And I'm glad I sat my ass here and watched all of it, because I was still trying to come to the conclusion, like, what the fuck happened? My girl almost ate the flow. Baby, I would have been so hurt. No lie. But mama was harnessed in. She would have been fine, but she would have been just dangling up there. She would have been dangling up there like shit. I'm like, get her ass down, please. Okay, just come on. Let's go. Girl, drop. Okay, let's go. I got you. That's all it would have been. But here's the thing. When she got, because if you have not been to the show, on the front stage where the freaking car comes up at, she's already sitting in it, and she's just waiting to be rose up. And so the thing that's holding her up there is a wire, and it's like a little hook or whatever. It's 2 sides, okay? So it holds 2 sides of the wire over here and 2 sides of the wires over here. So it's 2 on 2 on 2. You know, so that's 4 wires and it's 2 little things. You know what I'm saying? And so why wasn't that fixed? What happened? Because when they pulled her up out the stage, because she be sitting there looking through the interlude, you know, just glass. I said, bitch, how many times you seen this? All right. And then so she was like, come on, let it up, let it up, let it up. 16 carriages. I said, oh, okay. You know, and then the car comes up a little bit. It comes up. And as soon as it started coming up, it instantly started tilting. And I said, you know what? Y'all doing something new tonight? I can laugh about it now because she posted the shit on the Instagram, putting tipping on fofos and all that shit. Bitch, what? It ain't funny, but it is. Now that you want to do that shit, I can laugh a little bit, but I was stressed out because first of all, it just never should have happened. As soon as that bitch came about that goddamn ground, it was tilting, and then it got halfway, and she was singing 16 carriages. She wanted to fit. Stop it, bitch. Okay, I said, you know what? Well, you a little scared, ain't you? You a little scared, ain't you? You better have. Let there be a goddamn lesson, bitch. We told you, get your ass out that car. Let me tell you something. I was so goddamn drunk. I love going to concerts because that's when I get the most fucked up, okay? For some reason, I just get, that's just really what happened. So I was in, like, I do appreciate the fact that she do that because she want to get around to everybody and let everybody in the stadium get a chance to actually see her, which is a cool idea, in theory, okay? That horseshoe, because you know I got floor seats, and each and every time I had the floor seats, especially on night one where I was sitting at, that bitch was literally on top of me. So imagine, and where I was sitting at, that's kind of where in the stadium in Houston, the shit stopped. Bitch, they could have dropped that hoe right there. I probably would have made the shit bad. I would have made her, like, she was up there trying to be so calm, and you can literally see when she said stop, bitch, stop. And I said, girl, stop that shit. What's going on? And people was like, oh, she's so kind. I said, yeah, she being kind. Then I look at another video. That lady was freaking the fuck out. Somebody recorded when she was on the screen, when the camera was on her, and she was giving them clues, like, with her eyes and stuff, like, do something about this shit, bitch. And you could see it. She was scared. But she tried to keep it calm. And then after she said stopping all that shit, she was trying to get her breathing intact. Now, bitch, why are you out of breath from being up there and you just sitting there? That's because she was scared as fuck. I understand that anxiety started kicking the fuck in. Bitch, you almost fell. That's when it started kicking in, bitch. And she was pissed. I was just like, oh, God. But that damn car came, like, right under, it was right over me, okay? I could have reached up and touched it if I wanted to, but I didn't. I wasn't that tall, you know. I could have jumped. Somebody laughed. Bitch, I laughed too. Me, jump. I would have broke my shit. But no, girl, I was so goddamn drunk. I said, oh my God, look at it. I don't know what I thought was going to be underneath. I literally thought it was a real car. Don't judge me. I thought it was a real fucking car until I saw underneath that shit. And it was just like, oh. Oh my God, it's like, oh my God, it's not real. Oh, just stupid. And they finally got her down. And you want to know the best part of this whole thing? I mean, it ain't good. But the best part for me was when Miss Tina got her ass up there. As soon as they got that car down and they put her ass back on that stage, and you could hear it in her voice, she was still shaking and stirred a little bit. You know, when she was trying to figure, girl, she was finna cry on the stage. That's just really what it was. She was trying not to. When Tina got down there and she was walking, that mama walk like I'm finna whoop some ass and cuss some people out and take names later. That's what it was. I said, I know that's fucking right. I know that's goddamn right. Now, for what I heard, ain't nobody get fired. Okay. But I feel like somebody should have. Because that is, malfunctions happens all the time. And sometimes it's out of your control. You can practice the day before, the day of, the day, like 2 minutes before, and everything go well. And then it just, all of a sudden, just fuck up. Shit happens. But y'all got to be more careful next time, okay? And truth be told, now Beyonce, I'm going to tell you this. We said put that goddamn car in fucking commission, okay? Take it to the chop shop, let the junkyard get it, or whatever. Recycle it for something else, okay? Give Sir back his car. I know he missed it. You know what I'm saying? We told you to do that, but baby, we ain't say take 16 carriages out. Now you better bring it back for Atlanta. They deserve, okay? She came back night 2, and we said, girl, Good on the car, good on the car, but where's 16 carriages? Y'all, I started crying at that song. Don't ask me why. All you can say is I was drunk. I was drunk, and my sister was standing next to me, and we was just feeling it like we was fucked up. That girl, we was so fucked up. We were so fucked up. Like, I really, as I look back on it, I said, Ashley, what was wrong with you? The liquor got to me. Everything just got to me. I was just like, oh my God. The song is deep. The song is deep if you are a firstborn daughter, okay? And I am a firstborn daughter. So there's that, and a Capricorn. You put all that shit together with her. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. The emotions was high. Bitch, Beyonce, don't you ever fucking do it again. And then you want to laugh about it. That's cool. Moving on from that. Diddy G, bitch. I know you feel some type of way, nigga. As you should. Okay, swarm in it, bitch. Since we brought up Halle earlier, let's bring her up again. Halle Bailey. Mama's out there in Italy now. See, I thought she was in Italy to film. She said, yeah, bitch, I'm out there to film and do my goddamn job. Okay, cool. But I'm also going to do a little vacation out here, too, and get a little R&R in. I said, all right, you ain't got to tell me nothing. Okay, calm the fuck down, bitch. She said, well, don't be asking. I said, oh, okay. Inquiring in minds like to know who the fuck these niggas was in that goddamn picture. Bump was on that goddamn yacht. That boy was out there, whoever that was, we got the name of it. I was like, who is that? They said that his name is Scott Bridgeway. And he is a producer for Kendrick Lamar. He did at least 2 or 3 songs on GNX. I said, bitch. And y'all know GNX was a good ass project, okay? And I said, what? I said, now hold on, Miss Bailey. You got a type, bitch. You got a type. You like locks. You like a nigga with locks, all right? You left one dreadhead and you went and got with another lockhead, baby. I really hope he don't fuck you over. Whether it's a good thing, like a little real thing, whatever, or just a little play thing, a little, you know, doing a little here, doing a little there. They kissing, taking pictures and all this stuff, and it was cute. I'm here for it because she done got with somebody that don't nobody know, at least the public, and somebody that's in her field, on her level, instead of a nigga like Diddy G, who is very much immature and still that streaming shit. Mind you, he's out there in Italy too. He's out there in Italia, and he got that India Love girl. And my thing of it is, she's so washed that she's so played. If you ask me, like, she's been around for a minute. I know of her. Never understood how come she's all of a sudden, you know, people look at her like she's so respectable and she's such a person that everybody should know. No, she's a regular bitch. Okay, that's just what she gives to me. She gets dusty, honestly. Okay, the antics that she's doing now, and I feel like you bring her to Italy, you're taking these pictures and all this stuff, and you just look at that clip, and I put it on. It's on my Twitter. The look on his face, there is no excitement of being there with her. There's no excitement of being there at all. You know, trying to look hard or whatever, but you could tell that man is in pain. All right, mind you, this is the day after the pictures came out. Halle with that man, okay? Yes, she deserves to move on like you've already moved on too. So you can't be upset. I thought you was out there to see the baby. All right, you know, you're going to have to chalk that up and you're going to have to eat that shit. It is what it is. You could have had a chance to get your family back if you truly wanted it, but you didn't. You did it. And so, therefore, suffer the consequences. Flourish, young mama, flourish, okay? And protection, okay? Everybody, protection, you know? Rosie O'Donnell calling out Oprah. Jeff Bezos got married to that lady, all right? They had this big extravagant wedding, I guess. I'm assuming. I wasn't looking into it. And so you get that. And they said a whole bunch of motherfuckers was there. Oprah was one of the ones that everybody got called out. But then, come to find out, the Kardashian family was there. Tom Brady was there. Leonardo DiCaprio was there. Usher, you was there too. What is going on? Y'all know that now. You know, I ain't never looked at Jeff Bezos the same. Like, granted, I already knew he was evil. You know, Amazon, if you ever worked at Amazon and the way them people be working up in them goddamn warehouses, you know, them motherfuckers, like, the building don't shut down. The people can't sit down. That's how I be getting my orders and shit the next day. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I just be needing my shit right away. I don't like waiting. But maybe I'm contributing to the issues, and I feel like I am. So, you know, I'm cussing myself out as well. We shouldn't really be shopping on Amazon like that anyway, because after I seen that motherfucker up there with them other billionaires with Trump, I said, ew, them white billionaires. Let's differentiate. The white billionaires, I'm like, really, what? That's what we're doing. We're really going to put it all out there. Tim Cook ass, okay? And it's like, you know, why y'all don't really demonize the white billionaires the way that y'all do the black billionaires, okay? You call them capitalists and all this shit. You're so quick to go on Beyonce and all this and woo, woo, woo. Mind you, you're tweeting, doing all this shit. You don't do that at Rihanna, okay? Because she's the actual billionaire. Beyonce is not a billionaire. Her man is a billionaire. But that's neither here nor there. You don't do that to them. But yet, you will come for Beyonce and all these other black people. It's such a demonized thing when they become rich and they do all this stuff, whatever. And oh, ain't no ethical billionaire and all that shit. It could be some truth to that, because we done seen some things. Okay. But at the same time, while you talking down on this billionaire status, you're doing it from an Android phone from a person who made it, who was a billionaire. You're doing it from an Apple phone from the person who made it is a billionaire. You're doing it on an app that's owned by a billionaire. So you don't support them, but you're using those products. Make it make sense, baby. Make it make sense. Girl. Meanwhile, Rosie O'Donnell wanted to make it make sense too. Why the fuck you out there, Oprah, with these people? I said Oprah goes where the wind blows. And sometimes I really feel as though, no shade, but I'm pretty sure a lot of us been feeling this way. But I'm going to be the one to say it. I feel like Oprah and some other people high in the celebrity status of the world, they'll get out here and campaign for a Democratic, party candidate and all that stuff, especially on Obama and a Kamala and all of that. But behind the scenes, vote for Trump, vote Republican or something like that, because it's beneficial to them. It gives that. And you know what? What I say to that is, don't let me find out. Keep me in the dark. See, you don't have to put it always out there. Keep your people in the dark sometimes, okay? Because as soon as I find out that that's the case, I'm out of there. That's just, they probably wouldn't give a shit. But I just want you to know that. That's just how I stand. But I will not be surprised if it comes out that that's what's going on. All right? Because why the hell are you at Jeff Bozo? But then again, did I call him Bozo? Bozo, okay? Bezo. Anyway, remember when Gayle King went on that goddamn SpaceX shit? Was it SpaceX? Nope, that's Elon shit that blew up. Y'all seen that goddamn shit? Girl, I said, what the fuck? I'm so glad wasn't nobody up in there. That is crazy. That reminded me of when he said that Cybertruck, before the Cybertruck went out, that was like the shit was indestructible, and they threw that rock through it, and that bitch crumbled. I seen the ugly ass Cybertruck earlier today coming home. I said, ew, just destroyed my mood for a second. Okay, I was like, I hope your goddamn window fall off. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. What was Jeff Bezos, the blue ship or whatever, and then Gayle King was on there? I was like, ew, why y'all on this man stuff? That's weird, but hey, none of this surprised me. But you want to know what Rosie O'Donnell had to say about it? She said the Bezos wedding, it turned my stomach seeing all those billionaires gathering in the gross excess of it all. She singled out Oprah and she said, is Oprah friends with Jeff Bezos? Really? How is that possible? He treats his employees with disdain. By any metrics, he's not a nice man. Okay? It's like he sold his soul. The devil is smiling at all his conquests. Well, we can say that about the millionaires too. I'm not making no excuse for Oprah because, yeah. It is what it is. Rosie be coming out of nowhere, and I be like, damn, bitch, I forgot you was here. But she be coming out of nowhere. But hey, yeah, it's I don't know. The lady dress was ugly. All that goddamn money, and that shit was not cute like that. It was so matronly. Okay, but hey, cool. I guess. Meanwhile, Jay-Z, you know that lawsuit that he had against Tony Busby? Okay, he want to put that defamation lawsuit and that extortion lawsuit. The judge said dismiss. Okay, Jay-Z said damn, and they was like, cool. We got time to file the appeal. They filed that appeal probably like 15 minutes later. And I was like, you know what? That's just what happens. You win some, you lose some. At least you're not getting sued for something that you didn't do, but you're trying to counteract it, which I understand because I would have did the same damn thing. You trying to extort me, but you ain't got the correct evidence or protocol or whatever to go about it to show the extortion and all of that. And it was a tough decision to make. That's why they said that he can appeal it. Listen, for the motherfuckers that be like, oh, Rock Nation be controlling every goddamn thing and, be doing this. Well, how come they didn't control this how come they couldn't control this outcome? And just make the judge say yes, nigga. That type of shit. I don't know. It just, people don't make sense with their conspiracy theories. I like conspiracy theories that make me think and be like, well, that's a possibility. The things that y'all be putting out sometimes, I'm like, that's so damn stupid. Okay? Meanwhile, Remy, my girlfriend... First of all, I had forgot about the fact that Remy Ma's 23-year-old son had been charged with the murder of this 47-year-old man. And basically, it was like a murder for hire type of situation, right? And took him out. So he's on trial right about now. And so he's facing basically life in jail. This is like a second-degree murder and a first-degree murder charge, And so Remy was up there supporting her son. She comes out the courthouse, and the daughter of the victim that he allegedly, unalived, she had words for Remy. Okay? She was going at Remy. Remy was going back at her. And she was like, you trying to act like you tough, go around the corner, basically trying to fight the bitch, okay? And Remy was like, you would have thought I did something to your ass, okay? Realistically, I can never speak to my father again, but you can see your son and all this shit. One part I was like, look at you, you ain't gonna do nothing. You had it behind the goddamn security. You had it behind it. Now, it ain't funny. But here's the thing. I seen a discourse on it, and it's quite sad when you look at it, because you got two things that's happening. And I'm not mad at anybody who think Remy was right. I'm not mad at anybody who's on the other girl's side and think that she was right. Because we have two people that are hurting and two people who are basically have lost somebody because are going to lose somebody. But as the daughter said of the victim, you will be able to see your son. You can go up and visit your son 9 out of 10. I will never be able to visit my father in the flesh. All right. But I understand being upset because she can't take her anger out on the son and physically do anything to him because he's locked up. And, okay, so the next person is his mother, who she sees right there. And she's going to get into that. I get the anger. But that's not helping your case. Because at the end of the day, you can have your heart filled with all that anger and everything. But what is it going to do? It's not going to bring your father back. It's just going to make you feel even worse than you already do. Okay? And Remy, I just feel like, I know it's hard to do this. Don't engage in it. Don't engage in it. Because she's hurting. Whether you feel like your son did it or not, that woman is hurting. So it's a lose-lose situation. It's nothing funny about it. It never really should have happened. And it's not gonna solve anything. It's not gonna solve anything. Moving on from that, Donald Trump, since we keep on bringing him up, he got a fragrance line coming out. He got a fragrance line coming out of himself in a gold statue, right? And it's called Victory 4547. Baby, that's a little bit too long, okay? And it sounds cheap. can't get creative. That sounds so goddamn cheap. Victory 45-47. Girl, you could have gave it a little bit victory, something like that. Okay, because you want to know one word that ain't even American that I love saying so much? I'd be like, Givenchy. It just sounds so, ooh, okay. Christian Louis Vuitton. Okay, I just love doing that. Baby, I can't do that to no victory 45-47. What? WD-40? That's what it sound like, bitch. What the hell? You know what? At the end of the day, and then selling it for $250, okay? And they're gonna say, it's a rich, masculine notes in it. What? It captures confidence, beauty, and unstoppable determination. Girl. Trump, you better stop playing, bitch. You better stop playing. You know what? As much shit as I talk about that man, let me just say this. Trump really, and I figured this shit out earlier today. That man did not get up into this office because he really wanted to just rule the world, okay? He really got up in this office so that he can have his own home shopping network. He has been hawking product ever since he got into the office this time around, for real. Okay, he's been dead serious. He probably did it a little time 4 years ago, okay? But he's dead ass serious doing it more and more now. He getting that paper up. He got into this position to get a fucking bag, okay? And he's getting multiple. On that front, can I really be mad at it? Kind of, because, I get what you're doing. I understand it. Hey, and if it was any other time, probably been cool for it. But I guarantee you, if Obama was doing this shit, bitch, they would have told him up left and right. Okay? And it's just like, no, I don't like it. You are really just using the White House as a goddamn CV. What is it? What's the home shopping network type of shit? What is it called? CVS? The CVS is the stuff. But you using it as one of those. I mean, every other day. You got last week it was the fucking Trump phone. The week before that it was y'all remember the Trump shoes? The sneakers? Let me tell you something, Fat Joe, you in the shit that you into right now. That's why I really don't see it for you. You know what I'm saying? I hope what you getting sued for ain't true. But if it is, lock your ass up. But at the same time, I ain't looked at you the same ever since you wouldn't stop saying nigga. And at the same time, when you went on ahead and you brought them Trump sneakers, just because you said what was his what was his example? His reasoning, he said because he a sneakerhead. That was a choice. You ain't have to do that, nigga. I called him a nigga and I don't want him to say nigga. Wow. I do see the hypocrisy in it. Still don't say it. But yeah, Trump is something else. Let's get a little serious right quick. I just want to throw this out here. I saw this thing saying that uterine cancer, from the American Association of Cancer Research, they said in the next 25 years, it's going to be a major rise in the U.S. for uterine cancer, and a lot of it, 50%, is going to be an increase over 50% for black women. Because we ain't got access to a whole bunch of shit. It's inadequate, medical bias, medical racism, all of that stuff, right? That's going to be included and be the reason why we have the shit that we have and the increase. A lot of stuff, can add to it. They said being a fat bitch, not having hysterectomies to get the uterus removed when battling conditions like fibroids and endometriosis. Now listen, bitch, I feel like I'm all three of those. I'm definitely for sure that I got fibroids. You already know I'm fat. But here's the thing. I think I might have endometriosis. I have to go to the gynae and get poked and prodded and to see. Because there is no reason why after my cycle, I cramp so bad sometimes. And I do know, even recently, ladies, let's talk. My cycle went off probably my cycle comes on on the 13th, for around the 15th for sure. 15, 16, and it go for 5-6 days. So after that is over with, that whole a few days after that, I was cool. And then like last week, oh my God. And when I was at my mama's house, girl, my shit was cramping so goddamn bad. I said, what the fuck is happening? The fuck is going on? Girl's about to die. Okay? Mind you, I went there taking my mama medication. You know she just had surgery, so she got them powerful drugs. That shit knocked it right out. I said that, bitch, I see how motherfuckers get addicted to shit. I'm like, ooh, wow. Okay? But yeah, I gotta go get checked for that. And it's a shame that, a lot of us black women are prone to have goddamn fibroids. Bitch, we just go through so much to be disrespected. Put our bodies through so much and we ain't even ask for it. God damn. Damn it. Let's go get checked out, okay? Moving on from that, Nene Leakes. She interviewed Christian Rock. Why is Christian still a fucking thing? Why are we trying to revive her? Or why is y'all? Let me not say me. Because we as an Ashley ain't got shit to do with this. But y'all, leave that alone, okay? Don't touch that shit. The last time somebody touched that shit, it fucking backfired on them. But hey, yeah, Chris Brown, baby, you got a praying grandma on your side, for real, for real. That dude that had that case against him, for busting his head open in the bottle with the club, busting his head open with the bottle in the club. Yeah, girl, he dismissing it. He dismissing it over there in London town. Which tells us, if some people say there's a possibility that he probably got a little offering, a little settlement. Which, sure. You didn't want to get dragged through the mud. You probably got a lot of backlash or whatever because it came out and you put your name out there and everything or whatever. And these fans and people are crazy. So you probably didn't want, I don't blame them. You got to be a strong motherfucker to want to go through with a goddamn lawsuit. Look what Cassie is going through. Okay? She's still getting dragged through the mud to this day. That shit, that Funkmaster Flex, put that shit out there. You gave the most disgusting backhanded goddamn compliment a comment ever. You say that, yeah, she was a victim. What happened to her was fucked up. But you ain't got to keep on doing all this shit. Tell your lawyers to stop. And then added her in it. Tell your lawyers to stop and all this shit. You got your money. You threatened to put a book out and all that stuff. How about you tell Diddy to own up to what the fuck he did instead of coming at her? Oh, y'all are undercovers. Oh my God. Oh my God. Anyway, moving on from that. Y'all heard about the lady that jumped over the boat? Let me tell you something. My sister's about to go on a Carnival cruise. That's why she's coming over to the house tomorrow. Because she's going to the airport. Friday. Well, shit, no. Thursday. Who the fuck goes? Well, yeah, she is. She's going to LA. Is she going to LA? Is it going to California? I think it's going to California. Then she's going on the Carnival cruise. Let me say that again. She's going to California. And I think she's leaving from California to go to Mexico. It doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, she's doing one of those. I was supposed to go, but my boss wouldn't approve my goddamn vacation time. Mind you, she approved. If I give, no shade to her, but if I'm going to give you a block of time that I need off, and they're all days together, that whole week, and you come back and you say, well, you can have every other day. I don't need every other day. I need all the days. Baby, take that away from me, okay? No. Take it back. Put my time back. I'll do it another time. So she gonna be on a cruise. And this just made me think about that. She gonna be on a cruise. And also about that poop cruise type of situation because she's going on Carnival too. Baby, I looked at that thing. They named the Carnival cruise. It was the Triumph. They cleaned that shit out, and after all of that stuff that went out, they should have fucking put that damn cruise ship in out of commission. Baby, that shit should have sold it for scraps, okay? Because I don't give a fuck how much you clean all that shit and sewage and stuff that was going on in that goddamn motherfucker for multiple days. Okay? Multiple days. Bitch, I don't want to be up in there. They just renamed it. They cleaned that bitch out and they renamed it the Sunrise. Oh, you are shitting me. If I would have said, this a poop cruise? Absolutely not. But my sister going on a Carnival cruise. Girl, you better be careful. But Carnival looked like it'd be a tan, bitch. And that's what I wanted. I wanted that. I wanted to be around the niggas. I didn't get that experience when we went on the other cruise. It was too many older white folks, okay? Ugh. But yeah, but it was this Disney cruise ship, right? Now when we got off at the Bahamas to go to the Bahamas at the port, right? And we saw that Disney cruise ship, bitch, is big as shit. One of the ones that I seen, that shit is big as hell. I said, God damn. And so imagine that huge motherfucking ship and a little girl, I think she was like 10 years old or some shit like that, just following her little frail ass around off the goddamn railings and into the water. Oh my God, get the baby. She just shot. Bitch, get her. Okay, that would have been me. Would I have jumped in there? Absolutely not. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Let me tell you something. Back to that Beyonce shit, bitch. Had I been there, baby, I already knew I would have been so fucked up. And if I would have seen that shit, it just would not. And if I would have been in the section, oh my God, it just would not have been a good thing. It would not have been a good thing because I would have went through all the fucking emotions. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you, okay? Y'all know I am a little psychotic, okay? And that's just really what it is. Baby, I would have went through, oh my God, what the, is that supposed to happen like that? Bitch, she is talented. God. And then I would have got mad. I'm like, who the fuck did this shit? Baby, I would have tried to go backstage. And then once they would have put her down on the floor, baby, I would have tried to attack somebody. And I would have definitely got banned from all of her tours. Okay? Because, yeah, that just would have happened. You know, that's what unsober me would have did. You know, drunk me would have did some shit like that. Because sober me would have just been like, oh my God, what the fuck? And then y'all was screaming, oh, yeah. No, girl, she about to fall. Don't scream. But back to this. If I would have said that, girl, I would have been losing my shit. And I was like, get me off of here. Get me off of here. Get me off of here. That would have been me. That would have been me, bitch. And why did I do this to myself? I was looking at videos about, you know, cruise ships and stuff like that have sunk. Bitch, what is going on? Okay. And then to get this story about this little girl that fell overboard and her daddy. Let me tell you something. Now, that's a motherfucking father right there. Okay, that's a father right there. Baby girl fell over and he fell over right after her. No hesitation. My baby, both of them in the water like that. I said, damn. And they stopped that big ass boat and turned that shit back. Did a Yui and got them. I said, oh, praise Jesus. Because sometimes it just don't work. You know, I be thinking about that like, you look at the Titanic, baby, the suction of them rotors and the motor. It didn't sink them in. It didn't suck them in. Oh, thank God it didn't happen. And they was found safe. They got them. They got them. That was something. A miracle, bitch. A miracle. Also, you heard about that? Okay. Detroit. It said it's East Detroit Car Wash. This man, he was the owner. He recently died of Alzheimer's, right? And so one of his last wishes was to basically throw a whole bunch of fucking money out of a helicopter into the streets. And that's exactly what he did. And everybody and their mama went out there and got. They said it was peace and harmony. Nobody was acting crazy. And I saw the video. They released that shit like it was a ball drop. Like it was a piñata that just busted open, bitch. And I said, oh my God. What? Just hand it to me. Don't do no shit like that. Because I'm not finna go run after no money. It depends on what the bills are. Okay, if it's dollar bills, girl, fuck that. You gotta give me 50 and up. 20 and up. Okay, let me put that down a little bit. 20 and up. All right? Because, yeah, the 20s adds up. Okay? But that was nice. That was cute. And since we on here talking, let's talk about something, okay? At the end of this, you know, for the people that's here, I appreciate you so much. You know, y'all know, I don't like to be doing all that preaching and shit and be coming off so heavy and so strong, but we really needed to talk about the Diddy stuff, okay? Diddy and Nelly just really was on my heart. The way that they was acting, the way the people was acting. So, you know, I had to get a little serious, okay? I had to get a little serious. You know, sometimes we do that, right? But, baby, let's bring it back. Thank y'all for watching it. And I'm saying this now because I'm about to talk about Love Island. And if you have not seen the recent episode of Love Island, if you're not caught up and you don't want to see no spoilers, which I don't understand how come you can't. But, you can clock out, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your week and have a good time. Really do. Be safe. Now, girls, let's talk about, and guys, because there's a lot of y'all that watch this shit, I'm pretty sure. Because y'all done got me watching it. And I am so mad that it don't come on Wednesdays. Why not? And then it's a day where we actually had to vote. And bitch, did I vote this time? Did I download the fucking Love Island app and vote this time for my favorite guy and favorite girl in the villa? Sure the fuck did. Sure the fuck did. God damn it, y'all got me. Shit, it's like crack. The fuck is going on? And the show is stupid as hell. I'm telling you guys, for the ones that don't watch it and you're still here, all they do is fucking kiss each other. They couple up and kiss each other, okay? And occasionally, one or two may have sex. You know what I'm saying? One or two couple may have sex, right? And they're all in the same fucking room with each other doing all this shit. I cannot. No. Because, bitch, I hear some shit like that. The fuck? How am I supposed to sleep? And you over there doing all of that? First of all, well, damn, bitch, let me watch. Oh. There it is. That was Nick and Sierra. Let me tell you something. Nick, why would you tell us that you lasted 25 seconds when y'all first did it? You know what? You a real one for that. It was building up the anticipation. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you have that. The anticipation of it, bitch. It was building up. The excitement, trying to do it on the low with everybody just, not waking up everybody and all that shit. You real for putting it out there, because some motherfuckers try to act like, oh, they be going for hours. They be going for 20, 30 minutes without, you lying. Some of y'all be lying. He told the truth, so I believe that. I give you a point for that. But don't do it again next time, okay? We knocked that out. We knocked that out. Now you got to go a little bit longer, okay? Because we can't keep having that. But yeah, I just really want to talk about this whole fucking shit that happened last night with the ones that, the questions and the anonymous questions, the mails and shit like that. Baby, they said y'all a little bit too cutesy and sisterhoody and brotherhoody up in this bitch. Let's shake this shit up. Let's cause some chaos. I was here for it. Austin got up there. I don't even know what Austin said. I don't even remember. I just know Austin did come for Ace and basically said, bitch, how come you try to act like you the fucking ringleader up in this hole? And you already had it out for Jeremiah and everybody and their mama just follow after you or whatever because they ain't got no brain. And, Ace had to get in that ass. Ace had to get up in that ass. First of all, hell no. Second of all, I call it how I see it. The motherfucker was love bombing Huda, love bombing Adriana, and she was like, wasn't he doing that, Adriana? And she was like, I mean, yeah. I said, girl, she was just laughing at the whole thing. And it was like, you got a 6'3" man, you got a 5'10", and at least I'm big enough to say something. Now let me tell you something, Ace. I was with you when I was with you. Okay? Now see, I know a lot of people don't like Ace. I do like Ace. You know what I'm saying? He's just real straightforward. Okay? That's just really what it is. Some people don't like that blunt shit. But what he said wasn't no lie. Up until he got to the 5'10", there is no way in hell you are 5'10". Bitch, I am 5'9". I wear a size, I ain't gonna tell y'all that because y'all probably gonna make fun of me and call me a clown. But yes, I am. I wear a size 12 in men, which means a size 13 in women. Feet. Okay? They cute too. I will show you. Somebody keep on. I occasionally get the inboxes of people be like, show me your feet. I'll pay you $100 to show me your feet. You know what? No. Anyway, so there's that. And I said, Ace, now you were going good until you said that lie. Until you said that fucking lie. Okay? 5'10" my ass. I need you to get up on the camera and I need you to go to your doctor and I need them to measure you. I want a professional to do that. I need to eat my words, okay? Because I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Maybe it's because all the men up in the house are tall. But I just don't believe it. You cannot be taller than me. The fuck? No. Anyway, so you got that. Huda and Shelly, when Huda basically said, well, you keep on saying that it's a challenge, but then you get upset at me because I do the challenge with Ace or whatever. And it's like, no, bitch. And I don't understand why people don't get this. Now, on the one hand, Shelly, I was with you, but you full of contradiction too. Because you get upset, I get it. The thing of it is, it was a challenge. But Huda did too fucking much in that challenge. That's where it's at. And then, like Shelly said, when you was with Jeremiah or whatever, and we had to do those challenges, the people didn't do that much, okay? We understood that it was a challenge, but it was in a respectful ass fucking way, so it wouldn't make your ass feel some type of way. But you did too much. And Huda said that she knew that she did too much, and she understood why Shelly was mad at her, but then you get up there and ask her, why you mad at me if it's just a challenge? What the fuck is it, bitch? Okay? I know we got Huda warriors out here, but no, she should have been gone home. And see, this is why I can't really feel so bad for Shelly and the girls or whatever, because y'all should have been took her ass home. Let the bitch go home. Ain't y'all trying to win some money or whatever? Baby, we not trying to leave here best of friends. That's ain't what we on here for. We on here to find love. Now, unless you trying to get some puss, I don't understand what she's still there for. Okay? That lady is not a friend of y'all's. And then when Olandria said, when you and Chris was back there kissing or whatever, now the peoples is mad at Olandria for saying that, all right? Here's the thing. I'm not. Because, again, like I said, Huda is not a goddamn friend to them. She not no friend to them girls. She can say it, but her actions does not show it. She's a ball of walking contradictions herself, okay? It does not show it. She does not move me. She is not white, but she damn sure used them white woman tears that's in somewhere in her bloodline somewhere all the fucking time. Now somebody gonna ask Amaya why she always goddamn crying. Now let me tell you something. They should have asked her to that too. Okay? I understand why Amaya cries. Amaya is like an empath. She just feels every fucking thing. And I feel so bad for her, girl. I feel so bad for her because her match is not in that thing. I did not like the way they when one person says something, her previous matches all of a sudden want to come through and basically shit talk her and put her down as well when they could have been said something. When Austin was talking down to her and said, do you need me to explain it in a way that you can understand? That felt, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Besides it being degrading, besides him down talking her, that felt like some racist shit. It really did. The MAGA in him came out. The Trumper in him came out right then and there. Okay, it just felt really ill and icky. And I want him gone. He should have been gone. Somebody asked, I don't even understand how come you made it this far. He said, bitch, I really don't understand either. But at the end of the day, I did not like the way that he spoke to Amaya. Amaya don't do shit to nobody. Amaya is an acquired taste. Yeah, she could be a little much. She could be a little loud or whatever. And I feel like they're not used to that. The men in there, okay? And so therefore, yeah, no, she's not going to find her match in that villa. All right? Chris, when he got up there, and he was like, I don't give a fuck, because I really don't give a fuck about this. I could go over here and play basketball. Then why are you here? You play basketball, but you moonlighting over here on Love Island? Nigga, please, okay? There's that. Shelly, when it comes to you and Ace, like, I get it that you feel some type of way that, that whole shit happened with, Huda and him, but at the same time, you ain't want to close it off. At the same time, he had to watch your ass go and kiss and go back and kiss Chris. He made some points too, bitch. What is it? You can't have it all, girlfriend. Okay? And like they said, why won't you just close it off? Why won't you just close it off? What is stopping you from closing it off with Ace? All right? And you can't feel some type of way when he feels some type of way about it. Because he got every right to. Olandria. Let this be a wake-up call, sister. Okay? Sister, I got a few years on you. Let this be a wake-up call. And I had to learn this too, okay? Don't keep on giving and doing for a motherfucker that ain't giving and doing for you. All right? It's called reciprocity. Bitch, it's called 50-50. I do for you, you do for me. Okay? You watch my back, I watch yours. That's what it's called. You should not be having to beg a motherfucker to be with you. Beg a motherfucker to like you. Okay? Clark, Taylor, let them be together. And at the end of the day, I want you to understand, and I hope you go back and you look at this shit and realize that boy never wanted you. You need a man. He's a boy. Okay? You're too mature for him. He's very immature. Talking about something Clark gives him a kid-like feeling, makes him feel like a kid or some shit like that. You're a grown-ass man. What? And then when I hear people say shit like that, that sound like you just look at Clark like she your homegirl. That's what it feel like. Like, sir, what? Don't look at me like that. Absolutely not. Don't say no shit like that to me. When Orlandria finally went off, she deserved that. I'm not mad at her. This whole time, we see up in reality TV, especially when it has a lot of white people on there, and then you have your sprinkle of black people. The black people got to be on their P's and Q's, especially the black women, because black women get what? That nasty stereotype of being the angry black woman. And Orlandria has been trying to hold that shit in so that she won't get that. Okay? That's why she has been responding the way that she has been responding. They took issue with the fact that she told Zach, oh, you ain't got to say nothing once he voted, said that he wanted to be with Amaya. But now she want to explore shit with Zach. What? Zach, you should have gave it a little bit of chance. You know? I feel so bad for Amaya. But no. She held that shit back, and then they want to call her passive aggressive for doing that. Okay, which one is it? You want her to act out like Amaya do? You want her to act out like Huda do? And all that shit, and then really so y'all could call her the angry black woman and all that stuff? No, she held that shit in. Okay, she was protecting herself because she know how these people gonna act. Either y'all gonna act a certain way or the viewers are gonna act a certain way, which they are already. Okay, after she blew up and she said what was on her chest, which needed to get out, it was some real shit, and I was here for it. She did everything to get that man attention, and I didn't understand why she just didn't explore other people for real. Okay, because it's clear as day that Taylor never really wanted her. If you got to do all of this to get somebody attention that you do not know, and it's 3 weeks later and they still not doing all the stuff for you, but then somebody else comes in and they readily give them that attention after a couple of days, yeah, girl, fuck this. I'm trying to explore you and explore her too. No, just go to her. Leave me the fuck alone. Because you don't want me. You never wanted me. You settled because that's just what you felt like. That's what you felt was needed to play the game. And I really feel like he wanted to be on this show. Taylor settled for Clark, and he settled for Orlandria so that he would not appear on TV as this black man who only goes after non-black women. He is from a farm in Oklahoma, I believe, and they put up some pictures and shit, bitch. All he be around is white folks too, okay? And I really, truly do feel that at the end of all of this, and when this show goes off, he's not going to be with Orlandria. He's not going to be with Clark. He's going to go and get him a white woman. That's who he want to be with, for real. He gives me that with his lanky ass, okay? That's just what he gives. Orlandria, move the fuck on. Don't even try it. Let him go, okay? Clark, you ain't win no prize, girlfriend. And you getting shit by default, okay? You getting shit end of the stick by default. You asking questions that you already knew the answers to. I don't understand that, but you're a cute girl. I really wish they would have kept Coco. They should have kept Coco. I really liked her. I want to see her more. Okay? You could take Clark. Mind you, Clark ain't really do nothing to nobody. Clark ain't do nothing but play the game, bitch. I just wanted Coco back. I really just wanted Coco back. She deserved, okay? She deserved. Vanna. Stop it. Take him out. Stop getting these fucking fillers and fucking y'all face up, okay? Stop it, okay? Just, But anyway, that's all I really want to talk about. Who y'all voted for? I'm being honest, y'all. For my best men, okay, and Sierra and Nick, they closed off, right? Mind you, you got Elan up in there talking about something he's still going to try to get with Sierra. And then it took Brian to tell him, look, bro, I'm just being honest with you. That girl don't want you, okay? You doing too much right about now. And right in the midst of them talking about that, they come back from their date after they said that they are now closed off to each other and anybody else. They are just for each other. Elan looks so fucking hurt. Like, you so pathetic. He's corny as fuck. Okay, that's just really all to it. But anyway, for my guy that I voted best guy. I voted Nick. All right, and for my girl, I voted Alandria. You know, I like the underdogs. And she's very pretty to me. Mind you, all of the black women in this thing are pretty. They are extremely pretty, and I'm so here for it. But I'm gonna keep on fucking saying this each and every time we talk about this. I don't understand how y'all got me hooked on this shit, but bitch, you did. You did. And it is what it is. But y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. Enjoy your rest of your week, and please be safe and have a good one. And I will see you guys later. Peace.